So in the 1970s, Congress created the Golden Gate National Recreation Area with coastal land in San Francisco and elsewhere, which was an amazing thing. It's really helped to preserve this land, to steward it, to put it under the management of the federal government. The National Park Service plays a very, very important role in our region today. It is critical recreation space for all sorts of people, both residents and visitors. And it is public land. It's under the jurisdiction of the federal government, not of local government, but we're really one region, and it's really important for local and state and federal, for all of us to work together to make sure that open space is publicly accessible. Because to members of the public, most people don't care if it's local, state, or federal. They just know that it's public land and they want to be able to use it.
The GGNRA was created in 1972 as an urban recreation area to allow a wide range of outdoor activities to be enjoyed yearly by millions of people. The GGNRA serves our neighborhoods and communities as important open space areas to alleviate the burdens of a continually growing urban area. The National Park Service has 408 units in its system nationwide. Only a handful of these units are designated as urban recreation areas, and only the GGNRA is located in the midst of dense urban metropolitan area. Unfortunately, the Park Service has chosen to manage the GGNRA under the same policy framework as Yellowstone National Park, and has failed to give recreation the protection it deserves at the GGNRA. In 1979, the GGNRA created a pet policy designating open space areas for people to walk their dogs under voice control in Marin and San Francisco counties. The GGNRA is going through a land use process to determine where people can enjoy walking their dogs on GGNRA lands in Marin, San Francisco, and San Mateo counties. Less than 1% of 80,000 acres that the GGNRA manages are currently available for dog walking. The GGNRA's proposed rule greatly restricts the areas where dogs are allowed by up to 90% in these open space areas. Go to the end of this video for the link for the GGNRA's proposed rule. So what do we know about the proposed rule since its release? The Park Service has not produced a clear, workable, and enforceable dog management rule. The Park Service's draft rule would give itself the authority to eliminate dogs altogether from the GGNRA in the long term. The rule's monitoring program clearly is punitive, as it allows the GGNRA superintendent to unilaterally decide to reduce or eliminate dog walking space without public input. What are the real impacts on the public from the proposed rule? By having at least 90% less open space areas for dog walking, there is an increased potential for more conflict with dogs and people in smaller spaces. In San Francisco, there will be an increased number of dogs and people in the already crowded city parks, therefore causing an increase in user conflict. In San Mateo County, there are no off-leash areas designated in the proposed rule, despite significant public input to have off-leash areas. And in Marin County, there will be only one beach area available for off-leash, and a large number of trails will be eliminated, creating a burden for other open space areas to absorb the impact of dispersion. And there is no scientific basis to support closing Muir Beach off-leash dog access that the public has enjoyed for generations. All of these proposed restrictions will have a significant effect on women and seniors who feel much safer when they are walking their dogs off-leash in GGNRA areas, including Land's End and Fort Miley. Go to the end of this video to look at some of the maps in the proposed rule which illustrate the new restrictions. The examples include Crissy Field, Baker Beach, Fort Funston, Marin Headlands, Muir Beach, Rancho Corral de Terra, and Sweeney Ridge. You, as a member of the public, will have 90 days to comment on this proposed rule to the GGNRA. You can either submit your comments online or send them through the U.S. mail or hand deliver them to Chris Leonards, GGNRA's superintendent. The GGNRA will host 6 public information meetings during the public comment period, with 2 meetings each in Marin, San Francisco, and San Mateo counties. The locations and dates are listed at the end of this video. May 25th will be the end of the public comment period. This will be your last chance to comment on the proposed rule. After a review by the Crissy Field Dog Group, here is a summary of our comments about the GGNRA's proposed rule. Recreation is not given the protection it deserves in the draft rule. The GGNRA must protect recreation, including maintaining existing dog walking areas, because it is necessary to meet the needs of the residents and visitors to the Bay Area. In addition, the National Park Service is required by law to protect recreation as a core purpose of the GGNRA. The GGNRA hasn't considered the impacts of its actions on city parks or the urban quality of neighborhoods served by the GGNRA. Without this informed analysis, it is not possible to create a dog management plan that takes into account community needs. Make sure that your talking points are concise and clear, and encourage your friends, family members, and colleagues to make comments too. Your comments matter. And why is making a public comment important? If you do not submit any comments, the GGNRA will think that you do not have a problem or concern with the proposed rule. No comment is a vote for the proposed restrictions. The San Francisco SPCA will host a public comment workshop midway through the public comment period. Be sure to go to our website for the date, time, and location. Be sure to submit your written comments by May 25th. Go to our website for more information.